Hey, this is Frank Blackfriar from Sodom, and you listen to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt. Yeah!
Hi, this is ATF Sinner from Hate, and you're watching Metal-O-Mania.
This is the Crypt from Metal-O-Mania. I got my headphones on and my dick in your cat. Let's party. It's time to metal.
I hope to God it'll torture you to madness.
The heroism, the madness, the excitement.
Tell him I want an immediate audience with the Emperor.
the opera of the weak.
Emperor, would you sign my bra?
I'm thinking of 7 words. What are they?
Another system released, a road controlled and policed. The latest message complete with the
That's 7 words, 3 seconds to say them.
Extra doses of metal, baby. Hey, we opened up with 3 metal jams this time because this is episode 275 of Metal-O-Mania.
I mean, it's enough already, you know?
Sweet, man.
What the fuck? It's almost hard to believe. And that's why I have opened up the show with 3 jams, and that's why I have one of my favorite people in metal, and of course somebody who we go back. I believe, Mike, you might have been my like 3rd or 5th or 6th interview one we ever did, going back in the beginning of the show.
I love this guy.
Let me start by saying welcome back. Thank you for joining us. And how you doing, sir? What's happening?
What's going on, Mike?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm trying to think. Was that 2017?
Yes, it was.
It all started about 6 years ago.
Early 2017. The show started in 2016, late 2016, and you and I talked in, I want to say January. No, you know, the first time we talked was in July of 2017, actually.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because we did the interview and I was at the beach and the AC was broke.
Right. You guys were leaving vacation early because you were in a room that was 275 degrees.
Yeah, man, but it's a dry heat.
We were there for like 6 hours and that was our vacation. We left. We left at like 2 in the morning.
Well, I know that you are burning up in Ocean City. Oh, I'm sorry. Shouldn't have probably told everybody in the world where you are, but now they know you're in Ocean City.
Now I gotta leave.
Yeah, no, right. You better get the fuck out of Dodge now, bro.
We might be anyway, don't worry.
150,000 degrees.
Yeah, the AC's broke, so yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's no good, man. That's no good. Ice baths for everyone. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sucks, man. That's fucking crazy. But, well, for those who do not know, and of course, if you watch our show at all, you are literally family to Metal-O-Mania, but introduce yourselves just for the fuck of it, for shits and giggles, man.
I believe some of you already know him. He goes by Radio.
Mike from, well, we can go back for a lot of bands, but more recently, Audio Terror Regime and Spine, and then more recent days, it was Snipers of Babel, and now it is a band called Crush Human.
Fuck yeah, and Oblivion Studios, and
yeah.
A frequent guest on Metal-O-Mania, and there was that trip we took to Thailand to get. Anyway,
I was in Thailand playing ping pong and ding dang.
But welcome back, man. I appreciate you helping me celebrate. Well,
up from that trip.
Yeah, right. We got a brand new Snipers of Babel release. We're going to play for everybody tonight, of course, the title track off of your new release. And we're celebrating 275 episodes of the show, man. How crazy is that shit?
I don't know, man. That sounds like a lot of work.
Congratulations, Chris. You deserve it, brother. Yep, you and Skull are awesome.
Man, crazy. Hard to believe. If you add in the metal yards and some of the specials we've done, we've got over 300 episodes of content.
I thought maybe we could watch them together.
Well, before I move too far past it, we will, of course, be talking to GOAT GOATWHORE later in the show to help celebrate 275. We'll be talking to our good friend Megan from Casket Robbery later in the show as well. So thank you to Mike and all of you guys for helping us.
What's up, Megan?
Megan's awesome, right?
Don't you guys feel the love?
And we opened up the show with our buddy Mike Dreher, who everybody may know from Lich King and from Condition Critical. And he also is a part of this Annihilation Process. They got a brand new EP out. We just played the title track for you to open up the show, Sickening Madness.
It's a pretty good song.
Must own metal, ladies and gentlemen. Support that dude. I love that guy. Got to meet him in person finally a while back. Great dude. We followed that up with some Fateful Finality, is some heavy thrashy shit out of Germany. They've got a brand new release called Emperor of the Week. We played for you the title track from that as well. And then right there before me and Mike joined you was some brand new Zentrix, man. Zentrix, I love these UK thrashers. I think they're badass. They're underappreciated. 7 Words is their brand new release, and it is out now. That was the title track for that as well. So that brings us to present.
Sounds like we're all caught up then.
It's so awesome how thrash is getting so big again, man, you know?
Yes, sir, dude. Yes, and it's done well.
German-style thrash, you know, just all that stuff, man. It's sick. Yeah.
It's in my blood. It's in, you know, you and I have spoken before about how thrash is one of those things that infects you and it never leaves you. If you get the bug for it, it's in there.
You're infected too, aren't you?
Yeah, man, I got sucked into the whole Bay Area thrash scene. We moved there. Oblivion moved. We wanted to be a part of it, man, and unfortunately, it was right as it was like going out because of the whole Seattle grunge thing. It was 91, you know, and Nirvana hit, and it was this thrash just kind of went dormant for a long time.
I'll never understand it. I'll never forgive the youth for it.
I don't get it.
I was definitely still the thrash kid with the long hair and the jean jacket in the mosh pit all by myself. Like, where the fuck did everybody go? What just happened? What's going on? What do you mean they're at their Nirvana show wearing sleeveless fucking flannel shirts? What are you talking about, man? I still don't get it, but okay.
It makes no sense, but you know, whatever.
It was weird times, man.
Weird times, man. Everybody started doing heroin instead of cocaine, and the music scene changed overnight, you know?
That'll do it.
That'll do it. I've heard it said often, even if you look at the popular music of any genre, it's almost the underappreciated element is the drugs that were predominant from that era. You know what I mean? It's definitely the 60s, and the psychedelic movement was very acidy and fucking mushroomy. Thrash was certainly fueled by cocaine, let's be honest, you know. Grunge is on a mountain of heroin, but you know, that's, you know, there's every genre almost can be tied to, you know, the early jazz scene, of course, is where we can thank the most earliest inceptions of the weed scenes with music is the early jazz clubs.
Is that reefer I smell?
Hey, you know, I was in a band we were watching. Remember the Ultimate Revenge? It's the first one had Slayer on it, and Dave Lombardo's just rocking out, and our drummer's like, man, he's got to be doing cocaine to play that fast, you know?
Cocaine and hookers, my friend.
I'm not going to say I did a lot of cocaine during the thrash era, but I would get like visitors from Colombia asking me how much I like the product. Anyway.
Keep that guy away from my cocaine.
No, I'm just shit for you. Well, you know, you're my age. The 80s was all about snorting cocaine off of remember every bar had like the metal toilet paper dispenser. Over top of the toilet paper would be that piece of metal. And you'd never go into a club where it wasn't sliced the fuck up with razor blades because everybody be in there doing cocaine lines all of it all night.
Miami Vice, man.
Look, I got to rub my nose just talking about it right now.
Oh, my God.
Well, bring me up to speed, man. Talk to me a little bit about the Snipers release that you guys have put out, man. How nice is it to get that out into the world?
It's great to finally get like a proper release. You know, I had talked to Mike Giuliano a couple years ago, you know, and just, hey, let's put this out, and we, you know, are you down? And he was down, but it just took so long to get, you know, everything together. You know, we went back and forth in the studio, taking vocals out, putting vocals back in. It was just a process, kind of put us a year back. You know what I mean? Most of the songs we put out as singles every month. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe I know what you are saying.
We just wanted to not, like, you know, with COVID and shit going on in my life, we didn't want to lay all the way dormant. You know, we had these songs, let's start putting them out, you know. And then now you got guys, you know, who and girls who like CDs still, you know what I mean? I don't know how long that's going to be around, you know. So we put a proper CD out, you know, and got some great artwork. Walter Figueroa, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if that's not. He did some amazing artwork for us, and he's actually working on some stuff right now for the next project that I'm in called Crush Human, and it's based on a villain in the whole Snipers of Babel story. It's just going to be me. Danny is going to play bass and sing, and Mike Loomer is going to play drums. So we're just going to go as a three-piece, you know.
I love both of those dudes, by the way. Danny's been on the show. Yeah, I love both of those cats.
You know, Snipers, I don't want to say we're done, but for now, you know, concentrating on this.
I am looking forward to it.
With great anticipation.
With great anticipation.
How many guests ended up on the Gabriel release?
Oh, man. Rich Johnson came in, did a phenomenal job. I told him the concept, and he wrote it down on a little piece of paper in 5 minutes. He's like, all right, let's go for it. And, dude, it was like the first fucking take, and he insisted on doing multiple takes. And I always mainly kept the first one. And people were asking me, where did you get that sample? I was like, nah, dude, that's this guy, man. You know, he's been my bud for many years, man. You know, we go back very early 90s, you know, when I met Rich.
Fuck yeah.
And started off playing guitar.
Since we were kids. Yeah.
Outstanding.
And we got Frank Greeny, Internal Bleeding, you know, history right there, man. You know, that guy's a beast. You know, his guttural vocals are unmatched.
He is a beast.
He's actually going to come in and do some other stuff on the Crush Human as a guest vocal.
Oh, awesome.
So everything now are on 2 CDs. You know, we had Melissa Joe guest, Melissa from Flood the Asylum.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we've had both of them on our show.
Brutal girl singers, you know. Just
yeah.
It's all about networking, you know what I mean? I hate it when there's scenes where it's like there's just jealousy. and
division, right?
You know, and they talk shit, and you know, just listen to us. You know, we're cool, even though we suck. You know, just that attitude they have. You know what I mean? It's just like everyone should help each other out. In the end, everyone's going to get farther. It's all about helping out and you know, putting back. You know what I mean? I've been here for a minute, you know, and it would be cool to see the scene keep growing as it is, and it's exciting, you know, because there's like this new era of these thrash kids, you know, who are coming in the studio. You know, we're doing these thrash records, man. It's just like early Metallica stuff, you know, and it's a trip because these are like, some of these kids are 16. You know what I mean?
Right, there, that's crazy.
It's awesome. You know, what I mean?
They're carbon copies of little us's back in the day, man.
Exactly, man. I totally, you know, it's so funny, man.
Laying the groundwork for the next generation.
Our buddy Sith Lord Bongwood refers to that as the Stranger Things effect. What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. There you go. I love that, dude, because I was like, I had that little R2-D2 toy. You know what I mean? It's like they had it good when they were getting all the props ready. You know what I mean?
That was made by somebody who lived it, brother.
See? This guy gets it.
Speaking of Melissa Joe, who I feel awful for, because one of my fattest pictures I ever took of myself was seeing you guys live when we were at the Depot back in the day. We were at a live show you guys all did, and I took a picture with Melissa when I was literally like, I'm like 450 pounds in that picture.
I saw that. Yeah, it's amazing.
Matter of fact, dude, I broke the chair at the Depot, the legendary chair at the Depot. I broke it that night sitting in it, man, and apparently it had been there for as long as the Depot existed. And the fat crypt broke it.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
But poor Melissa, though, I share that picture often on social media as a picture like, look how fucking fat I was.
Well, as you put it, I was fat as shit. Fatter than shit.
I'm dragging Melissa all over the place with me as I do it. I apologize, Melissa. I love you so much.
Melissa, I love you, Melissa.
She's doing good, and I think she's going to come back in the studio at some point to finish some vocals on some acoustic stuff that she was working on.
Outstanding talent.
Yeah.
A truly outstanding talent, yeah.
I don't think you've heard the last of her.
No,
you know?
for sure. I'm far too resilient for that. I'm for sure.
She'll be back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good shit. Is there any Optimus Prime? Is that what you mean, or do you mean like just some solo stuff, or will that?
I know some of her solo stuff. The Optimus Prime thing, we were going to possibly do, like re-record some stuff and try out, because I know Pat's got all his drums down. You know.
Yeah, awesome. I'm a fan of a lot of that stuff too. So.
Absolutely, man. And I was psyched to record it, you know, and get it out there and get people to hear it, you know. But then there was just one roadblock after another, you know. And it sucks, man, when you deal with that many people in a band, and you're going to deal with all their separate little issues in their lives. And the more people you have like that, the less likely you're going to be able to do stuff.
And times they are tumultuous, my friend. So
yeah.
You know,
so we're gonna snake by with 3 members and see what we can do, man.
Fuck yeah. It's like juggling with balls on fire these days to try to keep shit moving, but you got to do what you got to do, right?
I mean, hey, you know, you got to roll with it, or what else are you gonna do?
Fuck yeah, or else you'll be left behind wondering what the fuck happened.
Oh my God, what just happened?
Right.
And I ain't letting that happen. In fact, I plan to forge ahead. We've done 275 shows. Fuck it, we might as well go for 275 more.
I mean, crazier things have happened.
I hope to drag your ass along with me for all of them.
Yeah, brother.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And in order to do something, you got to keep making music, man. I look forward to the next project, but we'll talk about that on a future episode. Let's set up our next few jams here. I got GOATWHORE coming in a little bit. I got Casket Robbery coming in. My main man, Mike, he did not come empty-handed. Mike brought jams for us. Tell me about the title track for Gabriel, sir. I love that you're building a sprawling universe behind this, man, that has ties into the Bad Guy and other bands and shit. I think that's cool.
Yeah, you know, the whole thing is, it's like kind of the whole sniper concept with all the different stories. It's you know, one day, you know, we don't watch it, AI is going to take over, man, and we're fucked, you know. And Crush Human is about trying to talk everybody into allowing that to happen. It's the villain side of it.
Nowadays, we would fucking gleefully walk into our own demise, my friend.
We are but beggars to our own demise.
The title track has our guest vocalist, Rich Johnson, is on the 2 parts in the song where the spoken word stuff. And you guys know him from, I go back years with this dude. He's my brother. He's from Enemy Soil, you know. He was in The Index, Agoraphobic Nosebleed. You know, he's done vocals and Pig Destroyer. I mean, he's just all over the place. He's the grind father, basically, what they call him.
Fuck yeah, the grind father.
Yeah, Rick Johnson has done some stuff with us. We call him the grind father.
We got Frank Rini guesting from Internal Bleeding, and that dude can throw down. He is hardcore. He's got some guttural shit going on that is unmatched, and so it's a fun song to play.
It's a fun song to listen to.
Full of energy, love it, man. And this is just one of my favorite tracks off of it, and that's why it's got the title called Gabriel.
It's becoming more apparent that not only is Gabriel getting stronger, he's becoming more malicious.
I love it, man. And I love you, sir. I'm a fucking fan of you and always will be, man.
Everybody wants to be like Mike.
You've earned the title brother in my life, man, and I take that fucking very seriously, man. I appreciate it.
I feel the same, man. Right back at you, man. Yep.
For real. And next time I'm gonna drag you in here. We'll do this shit and sit next to each other. And
yeah, absolutely.
you ain't that far away, and it's a post-COVID world nowadays, so. Fuck yeah. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Please, Metalomaniacs, I implore you, I beg of you, if for your own sakes, add some Snipers of Babel to your playlist. Follow this cat so you can stay on top of each project that he's involved with. And Oblivion Studios, man, help and support the metal scene here in our local backyard, man. I appreciate that as well, man. Thank you for everything you do, Mike.
I love it. Thank you, Mike.
And please go to Horror, Pain, Gore, Death Productions. Hit the link and you can get a bundle. You can get a t-shirt along with the album. And check out all the other awesome bands on the label.
All right, you heard him. Let's get to it.
Let's do that. And we're going to play Gabriel for you right now to set up these sets of jams before our brother from GOAT GOATWHORE comes in. We're going to play this Gabriel, the title track, for you from the Snipers of Babel. We're going to follow that up with the brand new track from the upcoming Obituary, by the way. The Wrong Time is out. That comes, I believe, in January will be the full new release. I'm looking forward to that. Obituary, Legends. You know, you can't go wrong with Tardy and the boys, right?
Always. They're amazing.
Just legends, really.
We're going to follow that up with some Ingested, who we've had on the show, man. I love this new Ingested release. I love this band. Shadows in Time is their new video. Any excuse to play them, I'm going to take it. Go back and check out our interview with them as well. Super cool band. Love them dudes. And then right behind that, man, GOAT GOATWHORE's coming by to hang out for a little bit. On episode 275.
Good show, man.
Of Metal-O-Mania. Fuck yeah, it's a good show because you're here, sir. I mean that from the guts.
Thank you.
And now, Metal.
You're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Snipers of Babel.
Trying to make you listen, but nobody wants to hear it. You've got to open your eyes to what's happening right in front of your faces. Don't you get it? The corrupt human is going to come for us sooner or later. Don't you understand? The government won't stop it. She's going to kill every person
Gabriel is an extreme version of a teratoma.
Pula lá, pula lá! Vai lá, vai lá!
The scientists. They'll want to know that they sent me to the wrong time.
I'm just a guy who was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yo, this is Jason from Ingested, aka the Slam King, and you're watching or listening to Megalomania with the Crypt.
Give a mercy, carnivorous. I can see your face at all. It's up to the vessels of soul. Dreaming that you're the one to live this life and raise the sun. The wanderer becomes a roadie. Walks upon the human vagabond is free.
Remember when you were making out with your first girlfriend, and you came right as she touched your leg? It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed so it'd seem like you nutted at just a woman's touch!
And now for something completely different.
And just like that, welcome back to Metal-O-Mania, Snoring Dog Studios, where I'm joined by New Orleans royalty, if you don't mind my saying, my main man, Sammy from GOAT GOATWHORE. What's up, brother?
What's happening, brother? How you doing?
I will not even bother to hide my fandom here, man. This is a big get for me. I appreciate your time, sir, very, very much.
Of course. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
I go back. You're a huge part of the soundtrack to my life, sir. You know, I go back. The Eclipse still gets regular play here, you know, and, you know, it's a beautiful thing, sir. It's a beautiful thing. So, well, my first question for you, man, have you been able to contemplate and digest the fact that you're 25 years deep, man, 25, quarter of a century into the GOAT GOATWHORE? What's up? Holy shit.
time flies when you're having fun. So it doesn't really feel like 25 years, to be honest with you. You know, I guess it's a good thing. You know, if I would say, man, it feels like it's been forever. That's not a good answer.
Right.
You know?
That might be a negative. Right.
Exactly. But it doesn't feel like 25 years.
Man, well.
And, and I'm ready to go another 25.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be here with you as you do, sir, hopefully. Fuck yeah.
But yeah, man.
It's been said, may we live in interesting times, and I would certainly say that's been the case, especially over the last couple of years, man. So now that Angels Hung is fully released, and to all you Metal-O-Maniacs out there who have not picked up your copy yet, please do so immediately and improve and enrich your metal lives. But now that this is out, man, I have to tell you, there's a noticeable darker tone to this release that seems to vibe heavily at me. Is that by design, or is that something that the world spun in there for you?
Both. Because, we definitely had a target that we were aiming at for this record. And, I don't really know how else to describe it. There was a target, and I think we hit it pretty fucking. If we didn't hit a bullseye, we came goddamn close.
Oh.
But yes, the target was definitely to be a very dark record, and that was the goal. And being that this whole hopeless situation that we were thrown in while we were writing this record didn't really help to cheer things up. Let's put it that way.
Right. No red rose petals were added by the calendar to this recipe, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah.
I fucking dig it, man. I also have to ask, I noticed there are 9 swords on the cover. Is that a reference? Is that a tarot reference by any chance? Okay. All right. Between you and me.
Let everybody interpret it the way they want to interpret it, but yes.
Awesome. All right. Well,
and if anybody's familiar with the 9 of Swords and the tarot, it's not a good thing.
No, it is not. No, it is not. And it seems fitting to the tone of the record was going to be my parallel there. It definitely is in parlance to the rest of the record. It's very on point, apropos, if I may.
Yeah, I mean, it all ties into itself,
Right. Well, and it's a timepiece of the world we're living in, man. So very much so. Well, and maybe let's put a little bit of that in the rear view, if we may. Are you now able to? I notice you guys are getting busy. Our very good friend Vera just held a show that you guys were a part of in LA recently, which I was cheering for. But I see that you guys are really picking up the pace as far as getting back on the road again, man. What's that feel like after these last few years?
Oh man, it feels good. Let's just put it that way. I feel like I've been reborn. As the Christians like to say sometimes, that they've been reborn. I feel like I've been reborn.
Fuck yeah. It was told to us recently by someone that it was a surreal experience to go through to not play, and now playing is almost a surreal experience unto itself. Have you found that to be true?
A little bit. Let's just put it this way. It took the first show we did back after the lockdown was definitely a learning experience. It was almost like we had to start over again because we hadn't done it in so long. But, once we had the first show under our belts, it was like, okay, we got our sea legs back. Everything's fantastic. Business as usual,
Well, kick the dust off of it and get rocking and rolling, baby. That's right. That's good shit. That's a beautiful thing. Well, and what are you most looking forward to? I know that we're kind of winding down 2022, as it were, but I've heard many say that 2023 will be the year of our rebirth, the year of the Phoenix, and we're going to rise from the ashes and kick it in the nuts. But have you been able to start kind of planning out some of these things, man? What do you got on the horizon that you're kind of, circling on the calendar?
Well, we're going to Europe in January and February with Revocation and Alluvial. So that'll be really fun. Our old friends with both of those bands. So that'll be a great time. All of us stuck together in Europe. We'll probably be the only people that speak English. So it'll be great.
Fuck yeah.
Nah, I'm kidding. But it's going to be a fun time. We have that planned. And then we have a lot of other stuff planned for next year as far as the United States goes as well.
Hopefully some festival season will come back, right?
Yeah. We'll see what happens, you know. But we're definitely planning on some good shit for next year as far as the touring goes, you know.
Fuck yeah. That new Revocation, by the way, shout out to those guys. I'm trying to hopefully we'll get them on the show soon here too. But well, man, I gotta ask the elephant in the room. It seems like every other week I'm talking to a band out of fucking New Orleans, man. We just had Crowbar on a couple of weeks ago. Shout out to those guys as well. But dude, there's definitely, is it the voodoo? What is it that translates into? There's a very specific vibe to a band that comes out of your part of the world, man. What the fuck is up with that?
Well, you have to think about the history of Louisiana in itself. So when they were colonizing the United States, basically where they took and stuck all the criminals, all the rapists, all the mentally ill people were in Louisiana.
The Australia of our country, right?
Yeah. So they would just come and drop them off and then haul ass. And so basically that's where we live.
You heard it all here, Metalomaniacs. Sammy says that New Orleans was the prison colony of the United States, and there we go.
That's from what I understand. That's what happened. It was basically the South from like Louisiana to Florida, where they were sticking the penal colony areas, and I guess that has a lot to do with it. When you visit this place as well, and I've had numerous times of friends that have visited this area that have been everywhere else around the United States, and they come here for the first time. And actually, I had a friend of mine tell me this recently. We had played a show in September here, and he had come to the show as a guy from Mexico, and he'd traveled around the United States and seen other cities like Los Angeles and New York and stuff. And when he got here, he's like, man, I don't know what it is, but something's here. He's like, I've never been in a spot that, there's something different in the air, and there's something different on the ground that there's no other place on the planet that has this vibration, So it's something that's the only way I could really tie it into anything is that it was a penal colony. It was, a bunch of shitty people lived here for a long time,
It will sprinkle in some swampland and a good portion of voodoo background, and you got the makings of a kick-ass music scene, I would say, right? So
I'll take it. Yeah,
yeah, that's good shit, man. It's definitely a storied place to come from, man. Well, I've actually heard it referenced. And I'd like your take on that New Orleans is the city of America that never has quite let go of its dead. So maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, this place is definitely firmly planted in its roots, and it's not going to let go of it anytime soon, because I traveled a lot, and you see a lot of these major cities that, let's just give an example like Los Angeles, for example. You can come in one year and then come in the next year and it's completely different, this area here in New Orleans, the New Orleans area it never changes. Even post-pandemic, it's not changed one bit.
What a poignant fucking take. Actually, I never thought of it that way, but yeah, a place that stays itself for a good long time gets longer legs of tradition, I would say. So
yeah, the roots just keep getting deeper into the earth.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
So hopefully those roots will reach hell one day and it will come up into the earth.
Hey, maybe they have already, brother. Right? Maybe that's the course of our fucking kick-ass goat whore and kick-ass music out of that area, babe. Well, and that's also a direct correlation to why New Orleans is historically known for celebrating life because of that connection and that, you know, the recognition of the dead and as it were. What do you say to that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, what else can be said? You nailed it. Yes. You know,
that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Well, fuck all that. We've gotten geographical enough about where you're from, man. Let's talk more about this release. It is now out into the world, and for those people who have not picked it up yet, what is the best place for them to do that, man? What's the most beneficial for the band itself, man? We always kind of like to make sure that's
indie merch is a good place to pick up all the physical copies. I think you can buy digital copies there as well. They're very reputable. We work with them very closely on a lot of stuff. So that would be my first choice my first place to direct you if you're looking to buy the CD, the vinyl, the shirt, whatever you need, you know?
Yeah, awesome. I actually bought the shirt. I was going to wear it for our interview, but Scully, my partner, told me that would be way too much cocksucking for one interview to actually come out in the shirt and all that. So, you know, but she probably has a point. I'll just leave it at that. That's good shit, man. Well, dude, I appreciate the fuck out of you hanging out with us here at Metal-O-Mania. What songs should we play for everybody tonight, man? I'm thinking we should throw one of the videos at everybody. Tell me a little bit about that, the making of the videos, and which one we should play for somebody.
Well, we did both the videos in the same day in the same location.
Awesome.
Which was very that was a long day. Let's put it that way. But we did it in an abandoned Masonic temple. Both videos, it was in the same place, and we did Born of Satan's Flesh was like in the upstairs area near like the tower, and then we did the title track of the record, the video for that in like the venue area of the temple. So you know, they both look completely different, but they're both in the same building, which is pretty neat, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, that's a good way to fucking cut two videos and save $1 too, man. That's
exactly
genius. Well, I propose we play the title track for everybody. What do you think? Can I get your endorsement?
Yes, absolutely. One of my favorites off the record.
Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome, dude. Well, for those of you Metalomaniacs out there, if you're not a fan already, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you or what you've been waiting on, but I literally go back 25 years with these cats. And it means the world to me for you to come hang out with me some on the show, man. It really does.
Hell yeah. Thank you for having me. This is Sammy Duet, guitarist for GOAT GOATWHORE, and you're watching Metal-O-Mania with The Crypt and Scully.
And you angels of death.
And out of a badass band like GOAT GOATWHORE into hanging out with some of my favorite people. I've been doing that all night for episode 275. We had Bossier come in, we got to talk to GOAT GOATWHORE, and now, honestly, Megan, who I adore, who I love, welcome to the program, my dear.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You are literally the cherry on top of one of my favorite episodes of the whole year, my dear. So thank you so much.
Yay, yay.
We've always loved him.
And for those keeping track at home, we finally got to meet in person. How awesome was that?
We did, finally. Oh my goodness. After so long. It was so nice.
Oh, that was fun, right? I had a blast all day.
Well, we'll just have to do it again.
Yeah, that is a day I will never forget. That show, yeah.
And of course, that would turn out to be the first night of what would be your run with the Summoner Circle gang, right?
Yes, it was. Yep, that was the kickoff to our tour, and it was probably the best kickoff to date.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah, shout out to those guys. Big fan of them as well. What are your lasting impressions of the Tennessee Metal Devastation? When you're pushed to thought, what are kind of some of the things that have resonated?
Everything, to be honest with you. It was the friendliness of everyone that attended there, how Raven and Zach made that run so smoothly, and everyone involved really just blew me away. It was funny too, because I remember at night at one point looking at Corey and being like, look around, there's no trash anywhere. There's no garbage that's the first festival I've been to where, everyone was so, I don't want to say well behaved, but it was so pro how it was put on.
I think people want to be a part of a quality production, and at the end of the day, that's exactly what we deliver.
What blew me away was we don't get to play a whole lot of all ages venues and things like that, and the amount of kids and even high schoolers that came up and said things to me that I think will last forever. But I got to meet all these little kids, all these it was just wonderful seeing this music being introduced to them and them enjoying it all day. I cannot say enough good things about that festival. I really can't. I hope it is bigger and better next year. And I don't know how to top this year's, but I know they're gonna.
Oh yeah, and they will. And I'm glad you said that. Shout out hugely to Zach, to Raven, the Metal Devastation Radio for pulling off that event, for having us involved in it. Was just so much fun, man. What a blast.
We opened the portal to hell!
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I got to see lots of younger crowds running up and Casket Robbery fucking rules and shit. I was like, this is cool, man. I love this.
This is fun. This is great.
Yeah, I just played. I was streaming on Twitch the other night, and I was playing Dead by Daylight with one of the kids that we met there. So that was really
that's
fun,
awesome.
right?
That's awesome. How do you create tomorrow's metalheads? You invite them to today's festivals. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So true.
They'll be back one day.
That did lead to a run with Summoner Circle. You two were the last two bands to play in that 12-band event, which was fun. But that began a little run for you guys, man. Well, how much fun was that? That had to be, especially after, being dormant somewhat over the last crazy few years. How much fun was that to just rip it apart?
It was so much fun. It was our first tour back since COVID. And we had really pre-COVID amped up to touring quite a bit and more. So getting back into it was really fun. Seeing the changes that have happened since then. And then just being able to be on the road with the guys in Summoners was so great. They are the most down-to-earth people, the sweetest. We had many nights of IHOPs and Denny's and things like that at 2 a.m. Many little tour jokes and stuff like that. But we hope to go out with them again soon.
They're pretty cool guys, except when they drink and do crystal meth.
I had the privilege of introducing all you cats, as our Metalomaniacs know, at the festival. But I approached them before their segment. I went to each band, is there anything specific you need me to tell the crowd before we go? And they were like, just tell them to get their fucking asses up to the stage. I was like, yeah, let's do this. That's good shit.
Come up front with these brave men.
Yep.
Awesome stuff. Well, let's come to the matter of hand. That kind of catches us up. I am so glad I got to meet you. I warned you were going to be hugged, and as soon as I saw you, I delivered on that promise. And speaking of which, for Corey as well, your amazing partner in how many ways? I mean, the list is this long in which you guys are partners, right? Your endeavors are that big, right?
We're in it together.
It's true.
And speaking of which, give a shout out to the rest of the amazing cats that make up Casket Robbery for us. I don't want to overlook them since they didn't make our conversation, but
Yeah, we've got Brian and Austin. We've got Troy, Corey, who is at work and might be here soon, and then we've got our local home drummer Eric. So yeah.
And I got to meet all you guys, man. Shout out to all you guys. Love every single one of you.
Yeah. That was the best part of tour, honestly, was hugging everyone. I'm a big hugger, so being able to finally see people and hug people was just me in my element.
I have to warn people because you never know who's going to be open for a hug these days. Some people ain't into that shit.
Yep.
But it's become, and to avoid the awkward moment of going in for the hug that people don't want, now I have that awkward moment of telling people you're about to be hugged, and they look at me like, I don't fucking think so. But
That's not happening.
well, and a hug-worthy outing. Speaking of hug, man, let's talk about this Rituals of Death, which is finally out as official. It is officially released now.
Now let's go get it.
Thank you so much. You guys sent us a copy here. Look, right here in my hand.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
A matter of fact, I meant to start my interview, and I'll do a posting on Facebook, and I meant to start my interview with my teeth in here for it. But I have to tell you, already, I've literally listened to it 3 times in a row, and it's already very likely to be on our album of the year, list of year. I mean, it's just ridiculously good. It's so good.
Outstanding work.
Thank you so much.
Tell me a little bit about the creation and your kind of first impressions of getting it out into the world.
You know, it's still a little insane to me that it's finally out. It's crazy. The response that this last week has brought, even the last few days, this album has been a very, very long time coming, which any of the reviews coming out have definitely hit that mark. Their first music in a while, and it really has been. We've released an EP since the last full length, and then just some splattering of singles. So we know it's been a long time.
But believe me, it was worth the wait.
We finally got into this meshing together of redoing these songs that some of them we wrote pre-COVID and have actually played out pre-COVID on previous tours. All of those songs have been re-recorded and changed to what they are now on this album. So for us, it has been this gigantic labor of love and hate with the re-recording of everything. 2020 and throughout COVID really made us all kind of dive deep into that darkness and channel that. And I think that's where a lot of my lyric content came from, and throughout a lot of things that have happened to me personally since then. So this album is really, really dark lyrically. It's fun, and it's melodic, and it's groovy and death metal and extreme and different. Some of the songs are not what people expected from us, I think. And my favorite part right now is listening to every single review or person try to pinpoint us into
put it in a
genres.
box, right?
And
yeah,
it's just, you can't. It's one of them was like they ask you to, and then they will just spit it back in your face. And I really like that. I like that it's making us accessible to a lot of different platforms and different people who wouldn't normally listen to this. So that's been a lot of fun.
It gets me in my fucking heart.
we've actually had that conversation in the past, you and I, that Casket Robbery is a band that defies pinpointing and putting into a box, you know what I mean? And that's one of the fun things about this band is you can't just put a little 2-word name on it and call it that.
It's more than that, and you know it.
And Rituals of Death is an outstanding statement of exactly that, you know. COVID obviously shut things down and put things into the spin cycle for a while. And it's definitely had the result of, I think there's a lot of music that tends to tone darker right now as a direct result of our hibernation period, if you will. But more than that, even, I wonder the effect that it had for a lot of you bands that really sat on your art for a while before it was release time. You know what I mean? It really almost made it a pressure cooker where I'm going to sit around with it and tinker until I got it exactly how I wanted. Did you find that to be true of this release?
Oh, yeah, because I mean, the album was essentially almost ready to be released. And you know, we sat on it and listened, and we're just like, there's something more.
We're gonna have to dig deeper than that.
I almost re-recorded vocals on absolutely everything, and well, I did record vocals on everything and added certain things, because even throughout COVID I was playing around vocally and getting inspired by all these different artists and stuff and wanting to develop my sound. So you'll hear me on the album do different things that I haven't done before, is in songs like Death's Dance and things like that. I really tried some new stuff. We all did.
This shit is next level.
Of course, we're going to play the video for Postmortem for everybody tonight, which will be the second video. I have to talk about Bone Mother a little bit first. We played that on the show already. Of course, we didn't talk that night when we played that, but Claymation, I wish there'd be a zillion more videos made with it. It's the best in the whole world. That for me is the video of the year. Put a gun to my head, best video of 2022. My answer far and away is Bone Mother. So fantastic job on that.
Thank you. Yeah, Shane knocked that one out of the park. The work that he put into that was just, oh my gosh, blows us away.
Fantastic.
An amazing job.
I dig through when we occasionally will play a band that'll have a song that doesn't have a visual. I will dig through like old YouTube footage, and very often I'll try to find, you know, shitty old Claymation to kind of run through their song, because Claymation rules. It's the best. So outstanding. Well, and of course we're going to play Postmortem, as I alluded to. Tell me about this video. Tell me about this song and this video.
Yeah, so the songs on this album really do follow the title of the album. And this one, as everyone knows who knows about us at this point, we are so very influenced by horror and horror movies, and the previous shows that we've done with you about ranking our horror movies. So this song was inspired by something like a movie I watched, and an autopsy being performed on them, and they're actually just like something that's dormant inside, and the autopsy is like essentially waking this person up. And everything that, you know, these pathologists are finding throughout this autopsy is just not following a typical autopsy. So that's what it's about, really, just all the weird stuff that they're finding. The beginning of this is probably my favorite thing ever. There is a track, a little like ASMR, creepy pathology track. So her voice is just so eerie, and it really helps open up the song. This song is a lot different than what most people have heard from us so far. It's a lot slower, it's a lot doomier, and
heavy as balls.
Really fun. Very heavy, very heavy. Yeah.
Very heavy. Very heavy. That's awesome.
Very heavy, man.
That's awesome, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with everybody. And I'm glad you talked about that, your love of horror. We, of course, did talk in the past. You and Corey joined Scully and I for our countdown of pre-1995 horror movies, our favorites, which was one of my favorite shows we ever did to date still.
And no one's going to mention the saxophone player.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
have
gonna do
to.
it.
You have to.
Welcome.
the scene nobody asked for, but we desperately needed.
There's like no words for that, because how or why is a big one. But
well, think about the impact, though. All you did was mention it, and I heard, I still believe. We also, you guys do a really cool thing with your listeners, with your Casket Robbery listeners out there, where you watch horror movies together on social media and all that kind of stuff. Tell everybody how they can not only follow along and do that with you if they want to in the future, but also how they can get a copy of Rituals of Death, because they're going to want to do that immediately.
Yeah, absolutely. A big thing for us is to cultivate all these relationships with our fans. And through that, we have kind of integrated ourselves through every single social media platform. So you can find us in our Coven group on Facebook. CasketRobbery.com is where you can find everything and all of our links. But our Discord is really fun, and we have all of these different channels related to everything. And we'll have movie nights in there. I recently started streaming on Twitch and have had a blast doing that. So yeah, just follow us along there. And Rituals of Death, you can pick up absolutely anywhere streaming right now or at CasketRobbery.com.
CasketRobbery.com. That's my favorite place to go. And of course, I have shirts. I got to see you live. I think I own like 6 Casket Robbery shirts at this point. So I fucking love you guys so very much.
We love you.
More than friends. We're family.
Well, it looks like we're going to miss Corey, but that's all right. Tell him I love him as well, and the rest of the band, of course. Hopefully, they know it. They probably uncomfortably know it after my long hug. No, I mean, but we have a few more jams we're going to play for everybody, and we're going to start that off with the aforementioned Postmortem by Casket Robbery. Megan, you fucking rock. I love you so very much.
I love you.
From the guts. Thank you. Episode 275 is a special one for us, and it's nice to bring in special people for it, and you certainly count on that list for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Adore you with all my guts. Well, and can I talk you guys into coming back? We'll do some crazy horror thing in the future. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we need to do like 1995 and beyond.
So. Oh, see, there you go. We cut off there. Let's do it. I think that's a plan.
Yeah.
My people will contact your people immediately about that.
I'll just have my people contact each other then to keep them busy.
Perfect.
These things are so much work, by the way, Metalomaniacs. I am currently working on The Thralls of Metal, and Metal Tavern Radio joined us for the best metal-themed movies of all time. I'm literally working on it for like 7 months now, but it'll be out soon, I promise. Well, Megan, thank you again so much for hanging out.
Thank you so much.
Well, and don't go anywhere, everybody, because we do have some more jams for you. We're going to open this up with Casket Robbery Postmortem, and while you're listening, go to CasketRobbery.com and pick up and order yourself a copy of it, a hard copy of it. A nice t-shirt while you're there. I love the art on the new album. Behind that, we're going to play 2 more jams even. We're going to play some Bloodbath for you, some badass Bloodbath. We're going to play Zombie Inferno. And then there's a single from those badasses out of 200 Stab Wounds. And you know how much we love those cats, man. Got to close the show with that. That's Masters of Morbidity, and it's amazing. Are you a 200 Stab Wounds fan, Megan?
Yes, definitely. I think we have them on our playlist, too. Yeah.
So good. So good. Well, they should be on all of your playlists out there, everybody, as should Casket Robbery. And just like that, an episode in the books. Thank you very much to Mike Bossier from Snipers of Babel for coming by. Thank you to GOAT GOATWHORE. You badasses, man. Pick up that album as well. And thank you to Megan. Much love to you.
Thank you.
And now, metal.
Megan and I are starting to watch the same TV shows, and I'm liking them.
Hey, this is Megan from Casket Robbery, and you're listening to Metal-O-Mania with The Crypt and Scully.
Your flesh is just seemingly pulling away without any difficulty. It's very strange.
Don't
obviously where they perform their rituals.
Okay, all right, well, this time, let's play Name That Zombie.
Meanwhile, the zombie plague keeps spreading, and we do what we can.
What do you mean? Stop! Go back! I want to listen to that.
3 youths found stabbed to death inside a suburban home. The walls covered in satanic symbols. This brings the death toll to 18 in what many believe to be the workings of a satanic cult burning their way through America's heartland.
Sorry I had sex with the chicken. I won't do it again. Bye-bye.
There it is. 275.
You're with Ash Gray from Venom Prison. You're listening to Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully.
Hey, this is Mike from VHS, and you're watching Metal-O-Mania with the Crypt and Scully.
This just in. Scientists have discovered that once you've been infected by Metal-O-Mania, there is no cure. Contact Scully right away for more and more metal to feed the dragon.